Assalamualaikum and good evening. I did an earlier voice note defending what Home Minister Saifuddin did in granting exemption to UMNO from the ROS ruling. Okay. He did not reverse the ruling. Whatever ROS said is notwithstanding, but by virtue of him granting UMNO exemption, UMNO no longer have to follow what ROS says. ROS says cure the situation and allow the top two positions to be contested. And if they don't do so, then ROS has the powers to issue warning or even deregister UMNO. So that is based on what is in place, the laws available, and ROS is operating under the law. But the law also stipulates under Section 70 that the Home Minister may, at his sole discretion, accord exemptions to any societies, termasuk UMNO Party, exemption from that. So let's state the facts. UMNO pass in dia punya mesyuarat a resolution that the top two positions are not to be contested. That one is fact, cannot be disputed. Fact number two, they went through that process where to see whether the majority supported or not. Based on how they did it, they affirmed that perwakilan UMNO supports that motion, and that motion was passed. That's fact number two. Okay, cannot be challenged because that proceeding is internal. It's about UMNO. UMNO dalam tu semua. Okay, fact number two. Fact number three, there are disgruntled punya UMNO members or UMNO yang dah kena expelled complain to ROS. So ROS did receive a report, a complaint from UMNO. That's fact number three. Number four, ROS has reviewed everything, and ROS concurs that how UMNO did it by passing the usul to not contest the top two positions is contravening the constitution of UMNO, melanggar perlembagaan UMNO, and telling UMNO to rectify the situation, and without saying so, they can deregister UMNO. That's fact number four. Okay, so Ross dah kata salah. Four. Okay, number five, fact number five. Under the law, the minister, Home Minister, has the powers to grant exception to any entity that he so decides based on his sole discretion. So that law ada. That's fact number five. Fact number six. Fact number six is the Home Minister, after his own consideration, he decided that he will grant UMNO the exemption. And therefore, whatever ROS says, salah, yes, it's still salah, tapi UMNO doesn't have to cure, and if they fail to cure, ROS cannot deregister UMNO. So that is fact number six. Okay, so these are all the facts laid down. So ramai orang today upset because I said why I am in support of that. Number one, kalau the majority of UMNO wants that, then even though perlembagaan dia kata macam mana pun, the minister can decide that, okay, let what the majority of UMNO wants lah. Walaupun melanggar perlembagaan dia, tapi government will not interfere. ROS will not interfere. Exemption is granted, even though dia buat tak betul. So, because that's what majority in UMNO wants. So therefore, it's good for UMNO. Because who is UMNO? UMNO is the majority of UMNO lah. Okay. So, next one. Is it good for kerajaan perpaduan? It is lah. Because UMNO is a big building block that makes up the numbers to hold the kerajaan perpaduan. So, kalau tukar tampuk kerajaan, Zahid and Tok Mat doesn't win the seat, ganti orang, then there's a wild card. Anything can happen. UMNO can decide to swing the vote towards Perikatan Nasional, and when they do that, everybody including Zahid will have to follow the party leadership pasal dah new leader. So all, including the seat pun, will go towards supporting a new Prime Minister. Could be Muhyiddin, could be Hadi Awang, could be a Sarawak minister that they entice and they bribe. So that can happen. So why would the Home Minister belonging to PKR want that to happen? So he did something that he believes is also good for the government, helps maintain the stability of the government, and therefore, I support that as well. I also say good. Next thing is that, is it good for the nation? Is it good for the rakyat? Now, my comment is just this. What is the alternative? Kalau bertukar kerajaan, perpaduan kerajaan jatuh, siapa jadi Perdana Menteri? Muhyiddin yang baru kena arrested ni, nak kena charge tomorrow. Yang corrupt. What? Ataupun a new PM from Sabah Sarawak yang lompat and betray the coalition. Is that what we want as PM? So to me, whatever we have now, I'm happy with the current PM. I'm happy with the reform agenda that's ongoing. I'm happy that we're on the trajectory of economic recovery. Things are happening now. I'm happy that we are busting all these corruption scandals. I'm happy that we are enhancing in our dignity to the eyes of the world. I'm happy that race relations are at the best so far, and tak banyak kucar kacir kat negara ni sekarang ni. So there is finally some resemblance of stability under this PM. Jadi I got no reason to complain. So because of that, I would say that Home Minister Saifuddin did that also in the interest of the nation. So I'm very happy with that. Okay, tetapi even among my friends and people who are looking at it from another perspective, although they also desire this government to remain, although they are not fan of UMNO, tapi they say that this is bad governance because ROS is set up for purpose. ROS decides sama ada ikut perlembagaan ke tak. So if this becomes a trend, that means parties can just langgar their perlembagaan at all times. They can go against, and the minorities in the party will suffer injustice, and they just need to use the Home Minister punya powers to subvert everything. There's no point having perlembagaan because tak ikut perlembagaan will have no consequence kalau the parties get exemption from the menteri. Okay, but what is fact is the law provides for that. The law allows that. So when people feel it's unfair, it's not right, it's bad governance, okay, right now people around me tak ramai yang complain bad government because government doing a lot of right things, and so people are happy now with what government they have and how the government is performing. So the issue is not about choice of government now. Government is okay dah, orang fine with this government. Tapi sekarang ni people who are complaining, they have issue with bad governance. Ada beza tau, bad government dengan bad governance. So so far as Ross makes a decision on something factually, tapi Home Minister has the power to exempt, and Home Minister tak kata betul tak betul apa yang UMNO buat. Dia tak komen itu pun. Dia cuma kata you exempted from that rule. Dia boleh. Why? Because he can do it, and obviously it serves the interest of that Home Minister insofar as his party is concerned, his government is concerned, his PM is concerned, his nation is concerned. He decides that, but he's able to undo the effects of Ross punya decisions. Therefore, it tends to dilute Ross punya powers and independence, and this becomes a concern to people who are about good governance. To many people including me, what's the point of having a good government tapi kita punya governance is flawed? So therefore, for this to never happen again in the future, it so happened that the fact that this can happen is actually good, that saves the nation. But generally, in principle, it's not good that the Home Minister, one person, has such a wide powers to override a society ROS punya decision. That is not right. And kalau kita are rooting for reforms, that is what we should press the government to reform that part. Because I think to make governance strong, good governance, ROS should be independent and cannot be overruled by the Home Minister. Therefore, remove that Section 70. It was put in there for a purpose. I'm not sure whether the purpose is genuine, is for good reasons or for self-serving reasons. But if we see that it's bad governance, then remove that provision. So that in the future, the Home Minister cannot interfere or override the effects of Ross' decision. We do that, we are on the trajectory to better governance. Yang mana yang dah lepas lah, cannot be undone. Zahid lives another day and Kerajaan Perpaduan continues to be in power. The evil, the malicious intent of people like Hadi Awang to topple the government lagilah thwarted. Okay, it's good, but tapi cuma it's not right to govern this way. Jadi kalau kita nak bising, rather than bising kata conflict of interest lah, minister buat tak patut lah, very low lah, conniving ke, tak betul. That's not right. Everything was done based on law. Nothing was above law. Okay, everything was done by law and the law is as such. Jadi kalau masalah dia is not orang, masalah dia is the law. So kalau law tu tak betul, law tu perlu diperbetulkan. I just feel the compelling need to put matters into perspective. Understand where the problem is. The problem is not the Home Minister. The problem is not Ross. The problem is not any abuse of power. There is no abuse of power. Power is there. And the minister can do so. The way to solve the issue of perceived unfairness ataupun weak governance is to remove that provision. Okay, hope everybody is clear.